Welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ranique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. We are continuing our series on Beginning Tarot. You can look down in my playlist here on Scorpio Soul Time to get more information on how to read tarot, whether you're learning the Major Arcana or the 4 different suits. We're also going to start learning how to do different type of spreads. So today we're actually going to learn the Justice card spread. I thought it was a really good time of the year because I'm actually filming this during Libra season, and we're going to come into October of 2021. But this is a timely video because anytime you are wanting to hear, or if you're trying to ask the universe or your spirit guides something around justice, or you're trying to get more information around a relationship balance, if you're trying to attract more balance into your world, you're just really feeling off in terms of, like, you know, maybe your relationships with a loved one, relationships with a spouse, relationships with colleagues at your work, this is a really good spread to do. So what you're going to see on the screen is I'm going to number each of the positions. There's actually 8 positions in this spread, and they're all based off of the Justice card. The Justice card I'm going to show you actually has different symbology, if you will. Every, let me try to get it out of here. Every tarot card has symbology behind it. And so the Justice card I'm going to show you is going to be based off the double-edged sword, which is going to be how can I see clearly, the scales, which is going to symbolize are my actions balanced, 3, the hanging veil, which is behind him, that's going to be based off of what is hidden. His crown is going to symbolize what authority do I possess. 5 is going to be the throne that he's sitting on, and that's going to represent do I feel secure. 6 is going to be his foot right here pointing out, and his foot pointing out actually represents how can I move in the right direction. 7 is his lack of a blindfold, so he does not have any blindfold on, so that is actually going to represent what do I see. And 8 is going to be yellow and gold colors throughout the card. That actually represents what actions do I take. So each of those, as I'm going through the reading, is going to help you be able to first figure out what type of question do you want to ask the universe, and then depending on what position is pulled will help you be able to relate to the position. Okay, so let's get right into it. So what I'm going to do is, this was just for you can see where the positions are, but now we're actually going to do a reading so that you can see how to use the Justice card spread. And I want you to leave the Justice card in the middle, and then what you're going to do is shuffle the deck. And what I usually do is ask my spirit guides, you know, whatever question either you have on your mind, what you've been thinking. You can see a lot about yourself when you're doing readings for yourself, but when you're doing them for someone else, you might ask them to also think of the question. You can have them cut the cards. That's usually what I do. So once you feel like you've shuffled them enough and you've asked your question, this is all going to be about justice or relationships or balance. Like I said, you're going to cut the deck into 3. And then we are going to lay the cards in the positions that I was telling you. So position 1 is the double-edged sword. 2 is going to be the scales. 3 is going to be the hanging veil. And you can look back on this video several times until you get it all, you understand how to do it. Position 4, and if you have more room on your table, you can definitely spread these out, but I want to do these for the camera. 4 is the crown. 5 position is the throne. 6 position is the foot pointing out. 7 position is the lack of a blindfold. And then position 8 would be the yellow and gold colors. Okay. All right, there we go. So Let's say we asked our question. Our question is going to be, how can I get more balance in my life towards colleagues at my work? Okay, so that's going to be the question that either someone came to you for a reading or you're asking yourself. So position 1, the double-edged sword, is how can I see clearly? You can see that it's the devil. The devil is usually has to do with you're too much inside your head, inside your feelings. You're thinking more about yourself, your ego, than anyone else. But since it's in a reverse position, this could be maybe people at your work, you've been more thinking about them than yourself. So the devil card in reverse is usually a good sign in terms of maybe you've been working on not thinking about yourself so much, and maybe you've been trying to figure out how can you have a better clarity and see clearly around people at your work. Okay, so that would be position 1. Then position 2 is the scales. Are my actions balanced? So you can see the hangman upright. So this already is showing you already have 2 major arcana cards. So that means major themes are going on around what you can see clearly, and something around your actions being balanced. You're not really sure. The hangman is, you're kind of confused. You might need to look at things in a different light. Maybe the universe is saying maybe your actions aren't balanced since you're kind of like hanging, not quite sure what to do. So this is like the universe definitely telling you in position 2, maybe your actions are not balanced, okay? Position 3, which is the hanging veil, what is hidden? Another major arcana card. So you can see judgment. Judgment usually has to do with almost like the day of reckoning or karma, or like when you get to the end of, this life, are you going to be able to ask, Angel Gabriel to let you into the pearly gates? So this is really like, what is it that you need to think through? Maybe it's come to the end of a cycle. So here, since this is position 3 is what is hidden. So there must be something, since it's in reverse, if you were reading this for someone else, something you're not able to see clearly about because you're still kind of confused. This judgment card is saying maybe you're not able to find out what is hidden at this time. Maybe you're trying to find out like when you're going to get to the end of this cycle with your colleagues at your work or wherever you're asking the question. There's some kind of judgment or day of reckoning that's going to come forth, but it might not be as soon as you think so because it's in reverse. Okay. Then in position 4, the crown. So this position, the crown, is what authority do I possess? Since you see the 7 of Swords, someone stealing something, thieves, something is being either taken from you that you can't control, or you're doing this to someone else. You can already see this theme of like maybe trust issues either with yourself, but also like not being able to know the full story. So this right here is almost saying, do you actually have authority? It doesn't look like it, right? Like if you were to ask this question or you were to be reading for someone, it looks like there's either a feeling of like you have to steal secrets or steal information or take over something without anybody knowing. So it doesn't look like, since this is in the position of what authority do I possess, it doesn't look like there's a lot of authority. It looks like someone's trying to steal something or you're trying to get away with something. Okay, and then in position 5, the throne, do I feel secure? So the Knight of Cups is signaling someone is bringing you information, but more of a information around emotions, because it is a cup, which is a water sign. So there might be someone trying to help you, but maybe they're slow in bringing you the messages. And maybe someone's actually trying to help you out from this standpoint of like, making sure that you're not trying to steal secrets, or maybe someone's trying to take advantage of you and someone's been trying to warn you about this at work. So there's already this theme of like, where is it that you've been too much kind of like in your head, but possibly you can't see the full picture? Maybe there is something around authority issues that you're just not able to get a handle on. When we get over here to position 6, the foot pointing out, it says, how can I move in the right direction? Very positive sign, because it looks like people are celebrating you. It looks like this is a position that you're going to be moving towards. So maybe even though you've had kind of like a little bit of stumbling here with, you know, someone possibly stealing something, there definitely is a positive way that you're moving forward. So maybe even though things weren't clear back here, you're now seeing that there's a celebration coming. People are actually going to be celebrating you. Maybe your colleagues at work are going to be celebrating you. So this is already, you can see how this can be a really interesting reading if you were doing it for yourself or for someone else, because you can see how the justice has kind of like, you know, it was in your head, then you were confused, and you felt like someone was manipulating you, messages were coming through, but now someone looks like they're actually going to be celebrating you, and that's a really good sign. Okay, and then once we get to 7, position 7, lack of a blindfold, what do I see? Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you can already see maybe there's celebrations around some type of resources. Maybe you're getting a raise, maybe money, maybe time, maybe a promotion. Since it's in reverse, it just might take longer to get to you, but still a very positive sign with it being in that 7th position, lack of a blindfold. So with the Justice card and what can this person see, or what can you see? You're seeing that there's a promotion possibly in your future, maybe more money, maybe you're actually being able to work now better with your colleagues at work. So there definitely is this you know, cycle that you've gone through, and you can see where, especially with like Libra season, and anytime you're going through like relationship kind of themes, you can see how it's really taken the entire cycle to be able to get to this better place after you had, you know, a little bit of this strife down here. And then the last position, which is 8, yellow and gold colors, what action do I take? You can see the Hierophant. And it's interesting that the Hierophant is, it's ending, it began and it ended on a Major Arcana card in reverse. So this to me is symbolizing, the Hierophant usually is someone that's in power. It could be the government, it could be your boss, it could be just the community that you're in that rules or governs over your job. Since we actually asked the question about our job, this could mean that there still is, even though we had some really good information come in around celebration and resources, there still may be some boss or rules or something that is in place that you still need to follow. So I think that this is really a great spread when you really want to figure out about relationships, if you're going in the right direction, what it is that you can see and what things that you can't see. I hope that this was a really helpful spread for you. Please use it when you want to also just find out more about how to get in balance, maybe with yourself, relationships with others. Let me know if this was a helpful spread for you. We're going to keep doing different spreads here on Scorpiosoultime, and I invite you to look through my channel. There's lots of great information, lunation cycles, month aheads. We're going to start doing more spreads, as I said, in terms of the beginning tarot, because I know a lot of you are just learning how to use the tarot, and it's a really powerful tool. So I hope you enjoyed this Justice card spread. Leave me a comment in the box below and let me know how you liked it. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you. And like and subscribe if you would like. I would appreciate you. Thank you.